Hey guys, Tom here again from synthhacker.com. Welcome back to another Serum tutorial. In this one, I'm going to be covering the last sound in my Holo recreation of Lift Me From the Ground. We're going to be covering the bass, kind of like 8080 type sound. So let's have a listen to my recreation and then we'll begin making the sound completely from scratch. As always guys, if you've not done so already, feel free to check out my preset and sample packs over at synthhacker.com. Every purchase on there includes the presets from this tutorial as well as all my other tutorials. You'll also receive a free email update with presets from future tutorials as well. So thanks for all the support so far and thanks in advance for checking that out. I really do appreciate it. So as you could probably already tell, the patch that we're going to be making for this bass sound is super simple, but really it's the way that it's layered underneath the chords and also with the kick drum that make it work really well. One of the main things that you might have noticed was the pitch bend, and we can achieve this by making sure that the sound is mono. We're going to switch legato on, and we're also going to switch portamento up just above halfway. Now the waveform that I used for this was just a basic square wave. If you go into basic shapes, you can cycle through to find that here. So in order to be able to hear the portamento that we've added to the sound, we're going to need notes that overlap like here and here. So I'll just quickly demonstrate that. It's a really easy to use but really cool effect that just adds a lot of character to your bass sounds. So jumping back into the synth, some of the other things that I did was add a filter. We just added a MG low pass 18 dB filter, just brought the cutoff down a little bit. I also just made a few changes to the amplitude envelope a little bit just to give it a little bit more volume at the start of the sound, just decreased the sustain a little bit and added some decay. Also just softened up the attack just a little bit and added a little bit of release as well. So that pretty much covers the main section of the sound. I did also just add one more effect, which was a bit of tube distortion. Gave it a lot of drive and just kept the mix full. As you can hear, it just really helps add a lot of upper harmonics, so it's a little bit more audible in the mix. In order to make sure that the bass fit in better with the overall mix, I also did just a little bit of subtle EQing. Obviously, this will depend on your track, but I just used the dynamic mode in Neutron to just reduce some of the frequencies a little bit. So the only other external effect that I used on this bass sound was a bit of LFO tool, and this really starts to tie into how I went about layering this with the kick drum. Now the kick drum that I used was a really kind of short in duration, snappy light kick, and so just to move this bass sound out of the way of that and let that kick really kind of cut through, I just added a little bit of volume automation to attenuate some of the frequencies at the start of the sound. You You can also hear it adds like this really nice kind of pumping effect, which sounds really nice underneath the chords. So that pretty much covers the bass sound itself. Let's have a quick look at the kick drum and how I went about shaping that so it would fit with the bass. So let's first of all just listen to the drums on their own. So I actually created this kick drum using Sonic Academy's synthesizer Kick 2. This is a really great synth for synthesizing drum sounds like kicks and snares completely from scratch. It gives you full control over the kind of pitch envelopes, amplitude envelopes, and the noise or clicks at the start of a kick as well. So if I just solo our kick drum, you can hear the main part of the sound, which is being generated by this sub-control down here and being shaped by this pitch envelope and this amplitude envelope. And then we also have this like click sound on top. And the reason that this kick works so well with our bass sound is because this is a really kind of light sounding kick. You can see the frequencies that are being generated are generally quite high, so it doesn't reach 92 Hz till quite late on the sound and then eventually trails off in pitch. I also cut some of the low frequencies out of the kick using Decapitator, added a little bit of drive, and then finally using Neutron to cut off some of the very low end as well. So let's have a listen to our kick and bass sound together. You can hear that they gel really well together without kind of interfering with each other, both kind of existing within their own little frequency spectrum, with the bass sound from Serum taking up mostly the very low end, and then the kick drum just taking up some of the frequencies just above that. So now we can listen to everything all together. So there you go, a really simple bass sound in Serum, but as I said, the way you kind of layer the sounds you make with other sounds in your mix is just as important as how you go about creating the sounds themselves. So hopefully you learned a thing or two from this video. I really hope you found it helpful. If you did, please make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep up to date with future videos. Also, feel free to leave a comment down below with some more tutorial ideas. I am currently planning my content for 2019, so any ideas that you guys have are highly appreciated. Also, if you haven't done so already, feel free to come and join the Discord server. You can post tracks for feedback there. If there's any kind of like specific sounds that you guys are really struggling to recreate, if you post them in the sound design channel, either myself or other people on the Discord server will kind of help you figure it out. But yeah, other than that, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.